Hello, everybody. Firefalls, coach of the Pancham Pianist here. I unfortunately had to miss a lot of the videos that I wanted to do for this season of BFR. There's been a lot of things going on. For one, I live in LA, so I had to evacuate for the fires during this draft. Not fun. Lots of other just kind of life things that have made it hard for me to record, but I wanted to catch you all back up on what's been going on this season. Right now we're at the top of our conference. Let's take a look at the standings right here. Sarah Ledge. We're 6-2, differential of 18, which is pretty nice. This has been a very tough season in general. I mean, most of the games that I've been watching seem pretty close, coming down to the wire. Every coach on this board is pretty skilled. I've definitely gotten lucky a few times, but I think I've also played well and prepped well. So I'm excited to show you guys what I've done. I'm going to be going through and reviewing each of my battles. I'm just going to be showing you guys the replays and commentating over them. I'm not going to go over my week 1 and week, I think it was 3 matches, because I already have videos up on those. So if you want to go watch those, I'll leave them in the description. That's versus Billy and then versus Agent 7 respectively, and I won both of those games. But first, let's watch me get absolutely swept by Glimmets. Yeah, not Imura, Glimmet. This is a match versus Winter. Winter is a phenomenal player. Has been really showing off how explosive the duck can be this season. I mean, Quacklevo, after one Aqua Step and a kill, the Moxie just starts stacking and you get outsped and you die. It's the main thing to respect in this match. Terra Captain of Meloetta is also very dangerous. I don't exactly remember everything I built for this, but we'll just remember along the way. So let's make sure the sound is off. Yeah. Let's get into this. Okay, so lead off with Jolteon here into the Duraludon. Super tanky mon. I think Gyapdos 2 it KOs it, but there's nothing that I could feasibly build that would OHKO it. Maybe Choice Band, Adamant. Sacrificing a lot here. So go right out to Mandibuzz. It's a good neutral ground. If we expect the Stealth Rock to get up, we can defog. In this case, I think I just didn't want it setting up for free with Body Press and Iron Defense. Not that would have really done much to Petramp, but seeing that it is specially invested here, I just went for the Whirlwind. Duck comes out. Duck can't really do much against this. I'm pretty sure this is physically invested, so they flip turn out. I think I'm going to get a little U-turn off here so I can keep up my momentum. Go into Zapdos. Go for the close combat, and it does kill from that angle. So maybe I'm just, not aware of my calcs this far into the season. That did 80%. That's pretty good. Got a 1-mon lead here. They bring out the Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl is going to shut me down, so I go to my resist here. This thing will eat any physical hit, including the dark ones, even from Grimmsnarl's 120 base attack. And this is where it starts. We see Glimmet come out. Dangerous. I don't think this is where it really shines yet. It comes back in later, so we get the switch here. I was expecting, with Crown, with a Calm Mind, to be able to basically sweep through this team. But this is, I think, Winter's coolest tech. Assault Vests Meloetta. So even though I get 2 Calm Minds here, off on the Terrafire, Terra Blast, so that I can survive 2 hits on it, tank that 43%, I'm doing 45% pathetic damage this. So I realized, okay, all right, I'm just going to be trading here. Very well prepped on Winter's part. Definitely stopped Iron Crown from sweeping there. Mandibuzz comes back in here, and the unfortunate paralysis into Para. I can no longer get a defog off, which I think is what I was going for there. I just want to have to deal with that with Jolteon, low kicks, did I come in on rocks earlier? I'm pretty sure I did, right? And Patch Front. No, I did not come. I think I have, in that case, I think I have boots on it, but I just don't want those 2 taking the chip. But get the unlucky Para. So Meloetta gets to take down Mandibuzz there. That's okay. We go on to our Terra Captain. Thundurus comes out. Makes sense. I go for the raw Terra Blast there because I honestly... so I'm pretty sure that Terra Blast Ice killed from 9% AV. I'm not sure. maybe it was that I remembered it killed, but I didn't want to commit to Terra Ice and come in on rocks again. Sending out Thunderous here, though, in my head, and I think this is where I really lost the game. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, if this thing is coming out against Jolteon that they know is Terra Ice from Terra Preview up here, right? Terra Ice. That means that they're Scarfed. And I don't want to lose the game to Terra Ice, then predicting it, and a Focus Blast just taking me out. So I think I play too cautiously around one potential thing here. Definitely a misplay. I switch. I go into Petron, and we see an Agility. And I'm like, oh no, this could be really bad. And then they just Volt Switch out. But Glimmer comes in for free here. And this is when it starts going downhill. Hex is doing 46 to this. Which is, you know, 2-shot. Not bad. I could never expect what comes next, though. Well, actually, I mean, probably expect after seeing the speed that you're getting Meteor Beamed, but I get Meteor Beamed. I'm pretty sure that this was a roll. I think it was something like a 38% chance to kill or something like that, but Winter got it, and now this thing is dangerous. I actually have tech on this that could kill this, that I miscalc. I miscalc Sludge Wave not killing me for some reason. I don't even know why or how I miscalculated it. This thing has a 105 base special attack, I'm pretty sure. But I have Endure on this. I'm forgetting it, but the Custap Berry. Just in case of Scarf shenanigans, but I don't go for that. Instead, I just go right for a Terra Blast, and so I get hit. Crit doesn't even matter. I think crit matters here, but no, it definitely does not. Lokix comes out. Should have just gone Lokix in the first place and taken care of this thing. I still want to have to deal with Poison on Jolteon. Now the game's over. There's not really anything I can do. Quaquaval goes for a Brave Bird, takes out Glaring Zapdos, and then, you know, it's over. They play smart here. They don't play for differential, which I can respect. I go for knockoff because I believe I'm Scarf or Banded. Yeah, I'm Banded. This thing is faster. But yeah. And this thing is Scarf in that case. But yeah, there we go. Winter did win that one. GG to Winter. Very, very cool prep. Getting swept by Glimmet is definitely... I mean, that's gotta feel good. Getting your 1-pointer to put in the work like that, I can respect it. But Assault Vest Meloetta is the really cool one here. To me, at least. So let's go. This is week 2. So let's go to week 4. This is versus... Let's see. Versus... Here, is it Dame? Yeah, versus Dame. I think just in this match, I played my switches very well, so that's going to be the thing to keep an eye on here. But seeing this team, my Gyarados is Waterfall, Earthquake, DD, so I see that there is definitely a win-con avenue through that, given that it takes down Canyon, it takes down Gliscor, it can take down Ogerpon if I can get Rocks up or Spikes up, it can definitely take down, or it can tank a Glacier hit, and 2-hit KO it, and can take out Scissors in the same way. So this is the main mon that we want to win this game. We just need to get rid of P2, which is going to be annoying with discharges or whatever. Thankfully, we have Jolteon to help with that, but I'll show you how we break through it. P2 is definitely the one to look out for here. We lead here because I want those spikes up. You know, you have Defog on Scissor, but that's it for removal, and every bit of chip is going to really matter against this team, especially when you have Ogerpon. I don't want that coming in with Sturdy for free. So, I think we go for a taunt here, turn 1, so that the scene can't go for rocks, I believe. Taunt fails because it goes into Protect. I'm thinking, okay, they've seen I have taunt, they're not going to go for it. So I go for my spikes. And they go for rocks. Okay, not the greatest, because we're going to have to defog that away. You know, Ogerpon doesn't want to come on them. I don't remember if Gyarados is boots or not. If it's not, then that's a problem. So we're like, okay, all right. They made a call there. It was a good call on their part. Go up to Mandibuzz. It can take the Toxic. That's fine. I actually did not know that if you defog onto Protect, nothing gets removed. That was new for me. I don't remember if I switched thinking it had been removed and then realized after or whatnot, but I do switch out here. Maybe it's to keep the toxic damage low. You go for the U-turn. Thankfully, because they switched out, I get to bring in momentum, and Glastrier does not beat Iron Crown normally. This is a Terra Glastrier though, so it definitely can. It's a Terra Dragon. If they, 2 high horsepower should probably do it, but that chip down on this thing is enough that I think I can win with the rest of the team without Crown. I mean, it's really helping with Ogre Pawn after the play, and it's slower too, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna get this thing down. Tachyon Cutter gets the nasty crit there. Without the crit, there's a chance that I kill. Let's see. Previous turn, let's see. This thing came at 92. I did 22, so after I kill here, 22, 24, there's a chance. It's not guaranteed though, but that crit definitely made it a lot easier. Gliscor comes back out. I'm going into Petron. I know this thing can take an Earthquake if it needs to. They go on to Scissor. We like to see it. Go for the Foul Play. Get some pretty valuable chip. Knockoff does a whole lot of damage. I think we learned that this is banded here, so I just go for Recover. I think, yeah. Demon comes back out here and does 29%. Nothing. Petron is a beast. Parting Shot, we go into Jolteon. Our Jolteon, I believe, is Terra Ice again this week. Otherwise, why would we send it out? Go for that Terra Ice, I believe, on Boots this week. Terra Blast. And now Porygon 2 switches in, and this is going to be the main problem Pokemon. Porygon 2 is Trace, which means I cannot Volt Absorb on it. I have Volt Absorb. It means I cannot easily go for a Volt Switch on it. So I have to play around this, right? I go for Terra Blast. It's going to recover here, I believe, or maybe it just goes for the damage. We'll see. It goes for T-Wave. I think Dame forgot that Volt Absorb, even after you Terrasilize, eats that. Doesn't matter because I'm already poisoned, so I get my Defog off there. They go for the Recover. That's okay. This thing is going to be a pain to beat anyways, but I have Taunt just for this. Also for this. We go back into Gliscor, and now you're going to start seeing all of the pivoting. Gyarados comes back out. I think I can probably make a little leeway, do some chip into Porygon here. Trace comes back in handy, intimidates me down. My Dragon Dance is useless. I don't want to get caught by a Thunder Wave, so I go out to Jolteon. Thankfully, I get healed by a Thunderbolt instead. And now because it's intimidate, I can Volt Absorb on it. And they go for Thunder Wave again. I thought at this point they would probably realize that their Thunderbolt didn't affect me, but they did not. So Petron gets paralyzed. That's fine. This thing is not really outspeeding anything to begin with, and it's probably better I go second anyways, in case I hadn't before, but full paralysis can be annoying. We recover here, we get back up to full. This thing gets back up its rocks. I go for Hex. I do a good amount of chip there, 48%. And I believe now I hard switch, go out to Mandibuzz. Traces the Overcoat because when you switch, it traces whatever is there at the start of like the full turn. So on a double switch, it will take whatever comes out. Defog. I don't want rocks up in this game. And now because Mana Buzz is down, I need to make sure that rocks don't go up again. So I need to play very carefully around this guy, right? This Gliscor. Now we have kind of like a fun thing here. We have Volt Switch on Klonoa, our Crown. We have Volt Switch on Tat, the Jolteon, and we have Parting Shot. So we have 3 pivoting moves. We have 1 electric resist or immunity, and there are 2 electric type attacks here. So I just try to predict every single turn. Volt Switch out to Jolteon. I'm expecting Thunder Wave. I get it. I go back out to Petron, I think here, expecting the Tri attack. No, I go out to you. That's right. I think I realized the only way I can beat this is if I get spikes up. So I calced it. I knew that I live hits enough that I can get all the spikes I need up, and I start going for them. Taunt first, so can't recover forever. It's really good into switch. Forces the either to switch out or to the attack was in front of it. I get the spike out. Ogerpon comes in before the spike. That's unfortunate. They go for the SD here. I do have Foul Play. Foul Play will not kill this, but it will do a very large chunk, and then Jolteon will kill after. But Petrunk going down here would be really bad. And the damage would be nasty. Thankfully, they respect my Foul Play, and they switch, and I get paralyzed. So if they stayed in, they very well might have won. Tri-attack into the holder. I haven't switched yet. I paralyzed yet again. I think they realized I'm immune to it. Thunderbolt, it's not doing very much. I can Parting Shot out freely, and I can get the rest of my spikes back up. I don't think that the rest of the damage that's going to be going on here is really all that important. So I get my second layer spikes, and they know I can just taunt them, so they just go for Earthquake. That's fine. I can live another. I want my last layer spikes, so I go for my final layer spikes. Getting pretty low here, but I go out to Gyarados expecting one more Earthquake. You know, I survive it. Taunt ends. They go for Protect. I think I go for a Waterfall just to deal some damage here. They switch. I get intimidated, but you see they're starting to take that chip now. 25% is a lot of chip. They're going to have to recover this turn, so I go back out to Jolteon, expecting them to use Tri-Attack. Volt Switch. And this is the blender portion. This is when I switch into the right attacks repeatedly over and over and over again. Parting Shot, we can go out to Crown. Crown can Volt Switch. Volt Switch goes back into Jolteon. Get hit with a Thunder Wave. I eat it up. We're at 250% HP. Tri-Attack does a little bit of damage, not very much. I switch to Pecharunt, take nothing. Demon comes back out, literally. Parting Shot back out. Go back into Jolteon. And now, finally, this thing comes back on spikes. It is down to 38%. I know that I can two-shot this. So, here we go. One Terra Blast. Crit does not matter there. They can't try to save this by pulling it out in either regard. Even if I didn't get the crit there, I would have done enough that if they switched it out, then it would come out and died on spikes. And we're good. We've taken down the Stall Demon. You know, there's one more, but it's not as much of a concern now that Porygon's gone. We're expecting the Bullet Punch here, so we go out to Joka. Unfortunately, or very fortunately actually, we get paralyzed here, and we get paralyzed twice in a row. I say very fortunately, you know, I would love for this to survive, but this also puts Gyarados in a great position. Because this is banded, I get a free D-Dance off here. And with +1, I kill everything on this team. I don't think it's guaranteed on all sets, but because they choose to Bullet Punch me there, I choose to go for +2 so I can guarantee it. And after that, the game is wrapped up. Waterfall kills this. They do a smart play here. They go into Ogerpon, and then they go back to Volcanion to use Water Absorb. I'm not playing it risky at all, though, because I know that I have Earthquake, so I'm just going to do the 120 base power with Stab. You know, Waterfall goes to 120 against Ogerpon, then Earthquake just in case it's some kind of funny set. Scissor gets sacked, Ogerpon comes back out, and that's game with Grandpa. So much longer game. I needed to break through the B2. I found the way, though, and we won that one. Next week, we're up against Radlup and his terrifying team. Radlup is also a very scary coach, and this team is very diverse. Right off the bat, I see Talonflame as a threat as long as the Gale Wings is still up. I have 3 weaknesses on my team to flying, so it's very scary. You know, that Galvantula as well can be putting in a lot of work here. Energy Ball just smokes Swampert. And, you know, Bug Buzz takes care of Arbalova and Low Kick as well. Keep an eye on this Goodra. This Goodra is the MVP of this battle here. I don't remember the lead of this one. This is a tanky Garchomp. I think it's pretty physically invested. Garvantula comes in on the free defog, or comes freely on the defog. So now I have to make a call what they're going to go for. And luck strikes poorly again. I get paralyzed turn 3 on Ogerpon, which is very rough because Ogerpon outspeeds everything here other than Talonflame. It is very good positionally against a lot of these Mons. Not so much against Garchomp, but the rest it's doing quite a bit of work. So this is very unfortunate. If I got a Jolt in there, I would have been fine, but I didn't want to risk the Bug Buzz. Garchomp comes back out, a U-turn, I get the Rough Skin chip. Jolteon is Terra Ice though, so this is a free switch in for me. They switch out, and I believe I Volt Switch here. No, I go for the Terra Blast. I didn't want to risk it. It's fine. I think I am... some kind of boosting item on the set. Not sure what. Flash Cannon does not do very much into Swampert. You go into a Fortress, another defensive tank, so they can spin away whenever they want to. Flip out, take the Rocky Helmet chip. Pretty standard stuff for now. But already, because this Ogre Pawn is paralyzed, I can feel myself at that disadvantage. Ivy Cudgel does a good chunk to this, right? Puts out like Yell Wings. It means I can switch, but it roosts. And now you get another free switch him with Galvantula if I go for a Defog. Go to Azumarill instead, actually. I do hit the Defog. I don't want rocks up. You turn out. Go into Arbalova because I know I can tank this, play rough, and I can set up the Seed Sower, you know, grassy terrain. Arbalova is in a great position here. Arbalova has tech to hit everything here. Strength Sap so I can get back to full HP. I think I go for the Hyper Voice here so I can hit this. Gudra comes out, the monster that it is. And so, okay. So now I'm sitting here. I'm at 84%. I'm doing my calcs. I'm like, okay, I don't really see any way for Gudra Hisui to kill me here. I think I can tank pretty much everything it's gonna throw at me, so I'm just gonna get the chip I can, because this thing needs to be whittled down to be killed. What I do not consider is Specs can kill me from 84%, and kill me it does, which is pretty disastrous. Losing this thing is a vital piece to this team. It solos Garchomp, it solos Azumarill, it probably can deal with Fortress as well, and we've seen that. I mean, it's just these two mons that it can't deal with. So maybe I should have switched there just to be play it safe, anyways. But it's not going the way I want. I get Ogre Pawn back out here in front of the Fortress, so I know that they're gonna switch. Azumarill comes back out. I get paralyzed. I think I went for Rock Tomb there, hoping that they went into Banjo-Kazooie again. Some fun tech I had in this. Get paralyzed, I don't see it, so maybe a little bit lucky, but it never comes back up again, unfortunately. And we're just going to keep on pivoting out. We see this is gooey. Not that Sap Sipper's really, I'm not going to be clicking anything that would really help with that anyways. Fortress is a problem here. I think I just decided I want to start getting some damage on this because I don't think Swampert really can beat very many of these mons, especially if they're invested to be faster, like Gudra. So I just want to chip this down. They get the Stealth Rock up. I get my own Stealth Rocks up, because at this point I know I can just kill with something else immediately after. C-Bomb some cool tech, takes me down pretty low. Switch out, I decide I want to save that, maybe as a sack. Not sure. Maybe as I switch in for Galvantula. Get the Defog off. My rocks going up actually did nothing there because of that, so I probably should have just Earthquaked again. But now Galvantula's back up, and it's tough. Sticky Web goes up. Okay, I'm going to be slower on a lot of these mons now. It's really only that important on Jolteon. Maybe it's important on Low Kicks. These two aren't fast to begin with because of the paralysis anyways. Tear Blast does big damage, though, which is nice. Gudra comes back out, though, and I go for a Thunderbolt there. Why did I go Thunderbolt there? Maybe I was expecting Azumarill to switch him, and I just knew it could kill anyways. Alright, I think I am Boots on this actually. Okay, Flash Cannon will take out Swampert, and now I go out to Low Kicks. I know Low Kicks can kill this, so go for the knockoff. We finally get our first kill, but our team's looking pretty weakened, right? Everything has damage except for this, and this just gets a kill now, regardless of what I go into. So they U-turn out, Galvantula comes back out, and I sack. So I have options here. I can try to go for the Jolteon win, which it definitely can, right? We can kill this now that it's chipped down. Banjo-Kazooie will go down if we get some damage on it. We know Garchomp can go down, and we think that Azumarill can go down. Spoiler alert, this thing is AV, and I never checked for that, and that might be why I lose. But I think another way that I just really didn't think about hard enough was that Mandibuzz could have won here. You know, I'm pretty sure it just solos Garchomp. It probably takes us down with Foul Play. This might be able to take it out. But this thing, once it goes down, it's not a problem anymore. I think it can recover enough on this that it can slowly whittle it down. I'm not sure. I think I just did not play this the way I should have. But Galvanic Slate goes down. I'm thinking, okay, I'm getting pretty close to the win I need. I'm going to sack Mandibus. Low kicks can come in if something happens and Jolteon goes down, but I know Jolteon can hypothetically beat the rest of the mons. We go for the Brave Bird. I don't take very much damage, so I'm free to roost here. They go for the U-turn, respecting that, bringing out Garchomp. I get the roost off. I'm healthy enough that I can take a Stone Edge, so I think I go for Foul Play here. It does absolutely nothing on both sides. Did not realize that Foul Play enables Rough Skin, or, triggers it. Knowing that this thing has leftovers, okay, I'm not doing much to this. So I don't think Mandibuzz could have won either way. I think I had the right play. But I decided to go up to full. Because I am unfortunately faster, I cannot U-turn. So I decide just to chip where I can. Looking at this, if I had just foul played here, getting the more of the damage that I needed, it wouldn't matter because this is boots, and I don't think this really needed speed anyways. Maybe I would have won. Let's see. Foul play here does 14%. So if Jolteon does 60%, then that could have been the difference. But we'll see. How much does Jolteon do here to AV Azumarill? It does 56. So I don't think it mattered anyways. But AV was really, really great prep here. Ended up doing the job. And at this point, low kicks cannot win against these three mons. So very well played. Radlup prepped super well. Spec Scoodra was really cool. AV Azumarill was really good. That's that battle. That's the last game that I dropped all season. So the next three are 3 victories in a row. And they each kind of feature their own mon. This week we were going up against Fauerpower, who at this point was undefeated in the league. This is what, week 6, so 5-0. I'm 3-2, I believe. But I do like my matchup here, and I realize when I'm prepping against this team, 1, there is no ground type, so Jolteon kind of goes crazy. And 2, there is no removal, no defog, no rapid spin. So I decide, okay, I'm going to hazard stack. I'm going to volt switch around Terra Electric freely. I go Scarf because Scarf outspeeds Shell Smash Cloyster at max speed. It also outspeeds max, not max, wait, is it max speed? I think it's Adamant 3, or no, maybe it is max speed. Something like 3 Dragon Dances from Scrafty at whatever Fowler's investment was. I outsped that by 1 point. I did not calculate. Let's see, that's 236. Let's just do this right now. So that's like, what, 2.5? Is that how it works? So 590, Jolt's 591. Yep. So nice speed tier with Scarf here is very valuable. But the real heat is on this Zapdos, and we'll see that later. I go in, I lead with Ogerpon because they just want spikes up the entire game. They're going to be taking chip every time they switch in. I saw this as Terra Poison, but I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I think I survive 1 poison jab before they Dragon Dance, so I'm just going to get my spike. If I get chip down to, red, that's okay. Spikes are really important. This mon is main goal here is to set spikes up. I have answers for all of the mons I would normally check, like Ninetales or Cloyster. So we get our spikes up, and then we get Dragon Dance in the face. I'm like, okay, they're going for game turn 1. We're going to go to Petron. I don't think they're going to knock off into Ogerpon, and we're right. Big poison jabs, 6%, does nothing. This thing is Life Orb. Okay, that's bad. Knockoff is going to do a lot of damage, but I do survive at this, +1. So I'm just going to get the chip I can. So they Dragon Dance again, knowing that a +2 knockoff can kill me, but not a +1. And I go for a Foul Play. Foul Play takes them down to 35%. Pretty big damage. They'll go even lower with Life Orb after next turn. I do not remember if knockoff is a guaranteed hit kill here or like a 60% chance in their favor. I think maybe it was better to just sack Ogerpon here and then bring out Jolteon after, but I did not want to risk another Dragon Dance on a switch. Even though Petron's really good into hands. So I let Petron go down here. Payapa Berry was to counter the Psychics that Fauer has, including Azelf. Colbur obviously would have been much better there. that's okay. We can go into Jolteon, we are Scarf, they will now know we're Scarf, and we can Terra and freely start Volt Switching around for just huge chunks of damage. As Elf comes out on Swampert, this thing has got Energy Ball, so it's going to click Energy Ball. Crown, I think, is AV, so it's a free switch in. I don't know if they recognize that as AV from that damage roll anyways, because I resist. But AV Crown comes and it puts in a lot of work later, so keep an eye on it. Stealth Rock goes up. We're Volt Switching out. Going back to Jolteon because it is so fast and so powerful that Volt Switch kills Azelf. And nothing else really wants to take that damage. So we're looking pretty good here. Crown is in a good position against all of these. You know, has super effective moves against all of them. Normally, you would not want to throw out Crown when there is an opposing Iron Moth. You know, it could have specs, it could have a special attack booster. The most common set is for it to go Substitutes, Fiery Dance, Speed Booster, right? So I went, I believe, max special defense AV on this so that I could tank not one, but 2 Fiery Dances if they don't get the boost. I'm never going to let it get the Substitute and sweep me, so I'm just going to Psyshock until it dies. If I don't get the boost, doesn't really matter. Because of the chip I had earlier from the rocks, 2 of those would have killed, actually. But now it goes down. I'm at a pretty good HP point that nothing on this team can really kill me other than the hands. And hands would take too much of a Psyshock. So they go out to their Veiler, Ninetales. Makes a lot of sense. Hit a raw Hypnosis. They did that last week as well, the week before this. And then they hit a Confuse Ray into me. What is going on here? So we're asleep and we're confused. They get at the Veil. I wake up. I get through the confusion. So what? 1 turn, 2 turn sleep. So average. They go down through the Veil. You know, 4 times weak. I brought the tech against this though. AV Crown, I haven't reviewed my 4th move. It is Brick Break. I'm not going to let Veil stay up. This thing's Sword Stance. That's very dangerous. This thing can basically one-shot anything on my team now that it has a Sword Stance up. And nothing that I do really damages it enough that I can't heal back from Drain Punch. No problem. I can just Life Shock, do the big damage. I can't really restore from that. But I'm confused. I hit myself. Realistically, I should have definitely switched out there. You know, this guy is not really doing much anymore. Maybe he can take 1 Drain Punch. I don't know what his investment is, but I definitely should have sacked something and come back with this later. But now it's like, okay, this thing can reverse sweep me. That's a problem. But I've planned an emergency button. At first, I just had Scarf, boring old Scarf on Zapdos Galar, as you often see on it, but I wanted to actually use this mon for more than just being a Scarf bot. We hit the Endure. They bring me down. Thankfully, I do not get paralyzed in full paralysis. South Berry raises my speed, and then Reversal from 1% deals big damage. They don't get a heal anything, which is 1 HP. And now I can hit it with Alluring Voice, but that lets in Cloyster and it gets us set up, and then we're in a trickier situation. Thankfully, when I was prepping for this week, I got some help from Jace, who, if you guys are watching from the VBL, you know who Jace is, and BFR, obviously. You also know who Jace is. But Jace is a good friend of mine, for those of you who don't know. Got me into draft. Suggested I put Electro Ball as one of my other moves on Jolteon, because I had a 4th slot that I really wasn't using for much of anything. I had it as Hyper Voice, so I could hit Iron Moth through Substitute at first, but we realized that Electro Ball actually hit the slower things on this team for harder than Thunderbolt did. Thunderbolt is a roll here. Electro Ball is not, so I just go for Electro Ball. Cloyster comes back out. I've won the game now. They go for Endure, actually. This is some fun tech. They red card me out. Jolteon does not get the kill, but Ogerpon comes back out, and now Ogerpon can do it instead. So there we go. And that's game. That starts our winning streak. Next week we're up against Fadi, another longtime BFR member and mod, I'm pretty sure. This team looks super petulantable, and we'll see that in action here. We lead out very poorly here. I think we were expecting maybe Salamence or something. I think this is a Scarf Swampert, just to outspeed a lot of things on their team. Unsuspectingly, actually, because there are 3 Scarfs on this team, actually. I think it's Scarf Breloom, Scarf Arcanine, and it might be Scarf Ment. But I go to Petrarch because it's a pretty safe play. They hit me with Technician Bulldoze, which is a cool tech, but it's not doing anything to me. I hit a foul play into this, expecting a different switch. If I, expected this to come out, I definitely would have just gone for a Malignant Chain. I think I was switching Metagross, maybe. So I take unfortunate damage from Maki Helmets, but I decided to recover on this because this thing can't really do anything to me. Go on to Crown because Crown's safe here. Doesn't need to worry about those Toxic Spikes. 2 layers is not going to be doing anything when I can get Petron back out here. Get a nice crit into Metagross there. And now we foul play, takes it down to 6%. Thinking that, yeah, this very well could be weakness policy, but this thing, I can't really switch very well into it. Very dangerous here. The weakness policy does go off. It's Psychic Fangs. I go down to 10%. And so now I got a call here. Does this thing have Bullet Punch, and is it going to click it? I think I actually played too recklessly here because Petron is so amazing into this team. I think the play is probably to sack something else or to go into something else and just try to survive. But I expect to switch. So I stay in. There is no Bullet Punch. So I think they had Agility. And Psychic Fangs, maybe it was Heavy Slam, Knockoff, I'm not sure. But I am alive now, and they bring in Salamence. I'm not going to stay on that. I go out and get my Intimidator down. I say they are physical set. Good. That means Petron and Gyarados do very well into this. They switch back out to Weezing. I go for the Stone Edge, which misses. That's okay. We don't really need the chip on Weezing that much. And we know that Sludge Wave is never going to kill this, and I'm faster. So I get a free recover off on this. They bring out Morpeko. That's okay. I already got my HP back. Morpeko can do a lot of damage with Aura Wheel, but I know it's not going to be a KO even at max. So go for another recover. Now that it's back to electric form, I'm not really that afraid of it. They knock me off. I go for another recover. They can Aura Wheel one more time, but after that, Knockoff's not going to be doing much damage. So I think I go for one final recover here. Now I'm in against Salamence. I know it's physical. I'm at full HP. It's not a threat. Earthquake's doing 34, not very much. I go for the foul play. I get some chip there. They got to Weezing. I think I realized that Million Chain does more, but I stay at full just to be safe. Million Chain does 40. Toxic Spikes go back up. Not really too worried about that. Pain splits me. Good play. I think I just keep on Million Chaining this until it dies, because after another, it goes down. So they switch out, go into Salamence. I get some valuable damage here. I believe this is a roll, this Earthquake, because it did do 34%, but the max it can do is 35.5, and I'm at 35%. So this roll for Earthquake not to kill is heavily in my favor, so I decide to stay in here. I feel like I've whittled down a lot of these mons enough that if Petron even does go down, I do have the pieces to win after. So I stay in, I recover. Or no, I switch actually. I was wrong. They go for Outrage. That's right. I have to go back out to Petron. I switch into Gyarados, expecting to tank it. I don't. They do get the Moxie, so that off-puts it. And now we're at the roll. Now we're at the 35% roll. I have to tank the Outrage. And I do. I think they get a low roll even. I get a free recover on this. I can recover up another time, but I choose not to. They go for, Outrage again, or Earthquake, not sure. Hit themselves with Confusion. So I get to keep my HP, which is really good. But after Salamence is down, there's not much that can really go through. I'm not sure. These mons altogether, I think, can get the rest of the game. But especially with Petron still being alive, the game's pretty much over. That's my last recover, but now I can freely go for Malignant Chain. Weezing goes down. Arcanine comes out. I think Arcanine also has Bulldoze. Goes for the Flarelets. Not doing very much. And I'm just chipping this thing down. Breloom comes out in a switch. A Destiny Bond. Just so that if they Flare Blitz twice, then they'll flare bits, they'll see the Dusty Mon, so they can either choose to go down or switch into something and get guaranteed damage. Does not end up working that way because they switch straight out, but I get the KO on Breloom here with Malignant Chain. And then they finally take that run down with more Peko here. But it's too little too late. I think I go out to low kicks here. And I just go for the U-turn because I know they have Protect. So the damage they can do with me to me through this is just not going to be enough. U-turn out, more Pekos down. And we're going Jolteon into Arcanine. And nothing's going to kill this, I'm pretty sure. Or even if they did go Flare Blitz, then I have Swampert after it, because this thing is Scarfed. And that's the game. So there we go. Yes, continue watching. Enjoy the music. All music from Klonoa. We got to bring that back. So last week, here we go. We're finally caught up to date. Well, as of last week, but after this, we'll finally be caught up to date. We are fighting against ExDruidic. The other weather team of the division has Sun and Sand as modes. Here we're only really seeing Sand, but you see some of the Sun pieces like Chlorophyll, Elegant Hisui. And this pesky Toxapex. Very annoying. Because of this, I brought substitute Jolteon and Ogerpon just to beat it. We'll see Ogerpon able to do that later. But let's get into this one. I think it's banned here on Swampert so that I can Oko or do massive damage to Toxapex. And just because its typing looks really good into this. Knockoff takes this off, they knock off back. Okay, I'm no longer banded, that's okay. I can freely go for an Earthquake here. Nothing much to really switch into it. So I get the Earthquake. Big for Bankful Bunker. It's not really going to matter. They can't heal past the damage I was doing, so they have to go to Lilligant. And so I get a flip turn out for free. I go out to Mandibuzz, which has Brave Bird. I show it here. Maybe I should have kept that in the back. But I go to Rhyperior. Zapdos takes us on. Avalanche is a smart play there. Does massive damage. And you know, because they're shared flying type, it makes sense. I was expecting the rock type move, but nope. They switch back out. I go for the close combat. It's not doing anything to Regenerator or Toxapex, so I got to switch back out here. Got to Crown so I can avoid a Toxic. Crown now can safely deal damage to this. I expect to switch there, so I go to Tachyon Cutter. I go for Psychic this time because I think they're going to stay in. They do stay in, they survive. Now I can safely go for Tachyon Cutter again because it will kill. And now I put them in a position where they're going to lose something or they got to switch. So they switch. They got to Tyranitar. And I Volt Switch. I'm going to put myself in a better position even. Because this thing can tank the Tachyon Cutters. So we got to Zapdos. I predict them not to give this up because Sand is so important in this game. So I do not go for close combat here. I'm expecting them to go into this Toxapex here on a close combat. So I go out to Jolteon so I can try to get the read. I do not get the read. I get absolutely cooked. Take 81%. Jolteon is very low. Jolteon does a lot of, big damage against this team. It's Terra fighting, so it's really good into these 3 mons, especially Terra Steel on the Rhyperior. But I get very lucky here. I do not believe I kill with Terra Blast, even though the 4 times weakness because of the Raise and Sandstorm, but I get a crit. So Jolteon gets to survive. Tyranitar goes down. I go back to Swampert because I don't want to lose it this early on because I think it can put in some work later. And now I just get an Earthquake. Brings down extra drill to Sash. Nothing it can do is really that threatening to me. So I'll just take the chip, which is very big chip. But I survive. Bring out Ogerpon, which is saying, okay, you can't go out to Lilligant, which is the biggest threat left. They recover on me. I realize I'm not doing enough damage. Unfortunate. I'm going to go for Swords Dance instead. They recover again. After Trailblaze, though, now I'm outspeeding everything that could be Scarf like Lilligant. I don't think this thing has any moves that can really hit me for that much damage. If it had Thunder Wave that could do something, I think Rhyperior gets Thunder Wave, right? But it does not. I get the kill. Rhyperior comes in. Ivy Cudgel. Lilligant comes in. Ivy Cudgel. And then I should just switch into Crown here and use Psychic, but I'm not thinking about that. So I am sorry, ExDruidic, if you're watching this, that I did not do that. I understand why you got upset about that. So I do apologize. That's on me. But I show off my tech. I substitute this. Surf is never going to break sub, so I can Swords Dance up and kill this with Cheryl Blaze or Ivy Cudgel eventually. Expecting a recover there, and that's the game. So that brings us up to date in the season. We're currently top of the leaderboard, like I said, 6-2, 18 differential, pretty good. We're up against Eon, who, depending on Fauer versus Agents battle, which they haven't done from last week, could be the number 2 or number 3 seed. So we could be getting a 1-2 seed match. Eon's a very, very good player. Has a very deep team as well. Like every Mon could come, except for maybe not Regigigas. But you know what? Could come. We did see it come and do some things. So I'm excited for that. I believe that match is tomorrow, so I'll be uploading that tomorrow. But for now, I'll see you guys. Peace.